and he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So the Baylor Bears offense will go on the attack first.
Okay, ready? 42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
We'll see if this offensive line is ready for the blitz. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking for a man. It's Robertson. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Touchdown, Tigers. The defense gets it done with that huge interception return.
What a play by the defense, coming out early in the game on the very first drive and setting the tone. Not just forcing a 3-and-out, not just forcing a punt. How about creating a turnover and taking it to the house? Pick 6.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Guys, when you think about the big picture for Baylor, the only important expectations are the ones inside the program. But when you start the season on the outside of the rankings looking in, it can give you a little bit of an edge, can't it?
Yeah, they want to prove to everybody they should have been ranked coming into this year. These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected, and they want to make a point to the entire college football world with a big win today.
And you hear it all season, and you see it every year, that teams come out of nowhere, and they feel like they've got a lot of potential, a lot of high-ranked players on the squad, and they're going to put it together, and that they'll get themselves into those rankings.
Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. And the Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air, it's Robertson. Grabbed behind the line, it's Wilson. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Man, oh man, how about that play by the linebacker? I'm thinking, I got to get the run, I got to get the run. Oh, I see the quick pass, now I got to break on it and go catch this really, really fast guy over here. And how about the job he does, getting him on the ground, nowhere to go. Nice closing speed by that linebacker.
With the catch, it's Wilson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Caught in the backfield, it's Prentice. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. The Bears will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. So Auburn's offense taking the field for a chance we have to see them today. And greeting them as a linebacking core in the business of disruption, tackling with aggression. Any suggestions on how to work around them?
Yeah, I think you pray. These linebackers are fast, they're physical, and my favorite part is they don't like people. Like, they are trying to make physical tackles, and it starts with them in this defense against the run, blitzing, against the pass. They're all over the field, Palmer.
Yeah, and I think for this offense, you want to be able to establish the run. I think the big key for them is going to be working the double teams in the zone game and getting into the second level. You have got to try and cover these linebackers up and get a hat on them. If you don't, they're going to run free, and they're going to destroy your game plan.
All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds his tight end. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. They saw that blitz coming, and the way to get out of it is find the tight end.
Yeah, how quick did he see that, too? He sees the blitz, understands this is a matchup where I got my big tight end, the big fella I trust. I'm going to find that matchup, get him the football for the first down.
Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. Both of these teams right on the fringe of the top 25. This is a type of game that can help you earn some respect.
Absolutely. I mean, both these teams sitting right outside the top 25 have a great opportunity to get a good quality win and start to build momentum early in this season and see what kind of squad you're going to have, Palmer.
Both of these teams just want respect. They've worked so hard all offseason, all season up to this point to try to get that number beside their name, and this is the...
It's a seam wide open. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that is so demoralizing for the defense, especially for those star players that are playing tons of snaps and not subbing out as much. By the 4th quarter, they're going to be gassed.
He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Second and goal for this offense. Quarterback will keep it. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Turning it on. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
And the Bears need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. To the air, it's Robertson. Lost one deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. The Bears will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Direct snap. It's Robinson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Looking for space. It's Cobb. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series, but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want it.
They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. First play of the drive comes from the 41. From the gun. Give on the inside. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Defense showing blitz. Will they bail out of it? He'll pull it on the read.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Back to pass, it's Robertson. Going for it all. Touchdown Bears! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So first down here as they go back to work. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Turning on the Jets. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Sends it back in motion. Using his feet. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got some room to run.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Baylor! The extra point here would tie the game. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Got enough for the first. Gets it out to the 38-yard line after picking up 10 on that one.
You know, in the SEC, you're going to have to run the football if you're going to win games. And you can go on and on talking about great Auburn running backs back in the day. But right here, right now, if this team's going to win an SEC championship, they need to force-feed this guy the football and let him go to work.
Off the play fake on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. To the ground with the back. Nice move to keep running. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage. Dropping back, it's Robertson. Got him downfield. Touchdown Bears! A great catch and run for 6. One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Singleton. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short gain. Ball's on the... And they need 6 on second down. Looking to fire. Makes the catch. It's Singleton. He gets it up close to the 25. Out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24. Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
This is a designed run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
The give out of the gun. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Robinson. And they swarm him under.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw. It's Knight. Here's a heat. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Around midfield, go for it. This isn't 1930 football. Try to get the first down. On 4th down, looking to pass. Trying to make magic with his feet. They bring him down, but not before he gets just enough to move the chains.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Auburn! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Kansas State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program that's won before, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. We saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Cameron. He's loose. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Looking to throw, it's Robertson. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Brings it down on the right side.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation that time. Saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted. Took his shot. He is...
Touchdown, Baylor! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Starts a drive trying to go up top. The sure hands, it's Singleton. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Back to pass on second down. Working that wide receiver screen. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Last completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. To the air on first down. Good timing on the quick out. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when you start getting those long yardage situations.
Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. They've got the first down. Mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Offense changing the play. Looking for a man. It's Knight. Oh, they're after him. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And that is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. That's reeled in. It's Wilson. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Waco. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. And with that, let's send it back to the guys along the banks of the Brazos River at McLean Stadium.
And the Bears will kick it away to crank up the second half. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Slips through the line. Just a tremendous return. Great run, great speed and vision to really set up this offense. He almost got totally loose on that one. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the second half. There he goes! Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you've got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The RPO, it's complete. Touchdown, Auburn! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Their lead is gone, and they'll try to grab it back on this drive. Split backs here. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
What a great play on defense there. It was virtually unblockable. He reminds me of Nick Fairley, probably the most dominant Auburn Tiger defender that I can remember. He was simply unblockable. You could single team him, double team him up front. He was playing D-tackle, and offenses just didn't have an answer for him. This guy right here, there's times where he flashes a little bit of that Nick Fairley ability.
The Bears are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw, it's Robertson. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down. And the Bears line up to punt it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. This drive will open from the 15. They believe they can run right here. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They're looking for space to run behind the left tackle. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
They'll open this drive from their own 42-yard line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Prentice. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Run a slant route day 1, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Through the defense. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Man, you're trying to break the tie. You've got this golden opportunity in the red zone here in the second half, but you've got to hold on to the football, and that's a play that is going to haunt him for a long time to come.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll give it to the back. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound, no matter who gets the football. We're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Now they're going to throw it. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Auburn going to work with another first down. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw on first down. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
This has been a tight one, third quarter, all tied up. It's now 2nd and 10. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. And the Tigers need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Takes a hit as he fires. Got his man downfield. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
To the air, it's Knight. Caught in the backfield, it's Robinson. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. It's complete. It's loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
And once you get in the second half, tie football game, you cannot waste these opportunities. You've got to put points on the board. You've got to take care of the football when you start to get the red zone.
Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Daniels. Touchdown, Tigers. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
He'll return it. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, David."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Oh, yeah, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone. Make them execute and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. Bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Right back to the well. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. The Bears decide to punt it away. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. Handoff to the single running back. It's a running room. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Might be changing the route. Off play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Got room on the return. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. And the Bears have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking downfield, it's Robertson. Makes the grab. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wilson. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Bears will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Handoff from the shotgun. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And he just needed a few inches, and the defense was surly and nasty and said, no, sirree. They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. Creates a little space. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down.
Well, you're seeing this more and more often in college football with the analytics and everything else, but 4th and inches, they decide to go for it, and they pick it up on the ground.
You know, I really think it's a smart move, too, because why just give up and hand them the ball and give the defense a boost of morale that they really didn't earn?
Yeah, and I like the decision, too, based on who their personnel is and what their identity is as an offense. They want to be physical and control the line of scrimmage. It's a good call.
Back to throw, it's Knight. Shoots it to the left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. The sure hands, it's Singleton. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Finds a little space. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. The crowd elevating its energy, willing this defense to get a stop on this big 3rd down. Touch pass on the run. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. A run for the quarterback. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
The Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Tight end now in motion. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Talk about a timely run. Gets the 1st down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Making side adjustments here. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the 1st without scoring. He's not going to get there, and this defense really needed a stop like that. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. And it's no good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Dropping back, it's Robertson. Got his man quickly. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He did in that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
Under fire. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Catch in the middle, it's Washington. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. And the Bears come to the line in the hurry-up. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Got it in the middle. It's Cameron.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
Just keep slinging it. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th. Defense dropping into soft coverage. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down and run. Those defenses were smelling blood, and the quarterback got down. Smart move. This late in the game, there's really no question about it. To have any chance to tie this thing up, they have to convert. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And that decision will be questioned for a while. And the offense is content with where it is. They'll take a knee. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation